Hi guys, it's Alex here, and today we're gonna be playing Dear Esther. I found out about this game on, I think, YouTube, on IGN's channel, so I thought it was pretty interesting, and let's try it out. Oh, the Lighthouse. Like this chapter? Yes. Sorry about the squeaking. Okay, let's see. Do 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 do. Ah.
Dear Esther, the gulls do not land here anymore. I've noticed that this year they seem to shun the place. Maybe it's the depletion of the fishing stock driving them away. Perhaps it's me.
Maybe.
When he first landed here, Donnelly wrote that the herds were sickly and their shepherds the lowest of the miserable classes that populate these Hebridean islands. 300 years later, even they have departed.
Yeah. The light. Oh, yeah, I'm getting low frame rate. It says 30, but still lagging. Let's see what's up here. That's very slowly walking. Some rocks right there. The lighthouse. It's treasure in the park. And also
Donnelly
the
reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later. The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
gift, it was an empty cave. Yeah, okay, let's see. I meant to go this one. Someone was fishing. I meant to go here. The walking is fucking slow down.
Those islands in the distance, I'm sure, are nothing more than relics of another time, sleeping giants, somnambulist gods laid down for a final dreaming. I wash the sand from my lips and grip my wrist ever more tightly. My shaking arms will not support my fading diaries.
I like the narrator's voice a lot, actually. Sounds like an audiobook or something like that. I like audiobooks. It's good to listen to if you're doing anything else, like playing games or something like that. I often listen to audiobooks when I'm playing like League of Legends or something like that. Oh, so I'm probably going to go after this.
Dear Esther, I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All overexposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
What am I supposed to do? Just be told. Another door. Wasn't I supposed to go this way? Um, oh, rip me here. Oh, okay. I can't go up. So, yeah. I can't go there. No, like I lied, I was just stuck. What if I needed to hear that to progress in the game? Like I need to go down here and listen to that shit and then go all the way down. That would be really frustrating. I hurt my arm today, so not my arm, my finger. I was cutting lettuce and I slid the knife knife on the. So I'm playing with one hand right now. It's kind of tough, but as you only need to hold the W key and move the mouse, and I have a touchpad, so that's pretty easy. But I cut a little bit of my pinky finger off, so I needed stitches, and it really hurts right now. But yeah, it's gonna heal. Just really fucking hurts. Let me just options. Keyboard and mouse. Edit keys. W. Mouse one. Back. Resume game.
Donnelly's
Nice.
book had not been taken out from the library since 1974. I decided it would never be missed as I slipped it under my coat and avoided the librarian's gaze on the way out. If the subject matter is obscure, the writer's literary style is even more so. It is not the text of a stable or trustworthy reporter. Perhaps it is fitting that my only companion in these last days should be a stolen book written by a dying man.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder if this is random.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath.
Oh, that one.
You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boat, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Infection? What did he get infected by? So it splits into two directions again. That's kind of... I think the path is...
I quote directly, a motley lot with little to recommend. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most God-forsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
So, there were people on the... on the neighboring islands. Interesting. So he was infected by something, and there were other inhabitants here somewhere. I mean, as I read the reviews...
Dear Esther,
oh.
I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
As I wanted to say, when I read the reviews, I heard that this is meant to be an abandoned island in England, I think. And it really shows, like the cliffs and nothing on them. All there's missing is all it's missing are a few sheep, and it would be a perfect countryside. Okay. Let's go.
This hermit, this seer, this distant historian of bones and old bread, where did he vanish to? Why, asked the farmers. Why, asked Jacobson. Why bother with your visions at all, if you're just to throw your arms up at the cliff and let it close in behind you and seal you into the belly of the island, a museum shut to all but the most devoted?
I didn't really understand this, but let's see. So there are a few trees, another tree. Some kind of chemical compound. Water? I don't know, I'm not sure. More trees. Interesting case, I think. Those drawings were made before he came to the island. I don't think he had sufficient knowledge to do this. And as I feared, I was going the wrong direction. Interesting. No, I went down here and I went into the third one down there. I think. Yeah, I went across the river that flows into the ocean. Oh, just a second. Up. Ah, needed to reposition my arm. The music's like super quiet, mysterious. You hear some murder mysteries or something like that. It's nice. I would say England, probably. Or Scotland. No, not Scotland, Ireland. Ireland also has
I
like
dreamt I stood in the
mystic
centre of the sun,
cliffs.
and the solar radiation cooked my heart from the inside. My teeth will curl and my fingernails fall off into my pockets like loose change. If I could stomach, I'd eat, but all I seem capable of is salt water. With the livestock still here, I could turn feral and gorge. I'm as emaciated as a body on a slab, opened up for a premature source of death. I've rowed to this island in a heart without a bottom, all the bacteria of my gut rising up to sing to me.
Oh, okay. Interesting stones. Another one. Oh, just in that one. So he was a chemic? I don't know. Maybe. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. I'm not being followed. The sound? It stops when I go back. Oh, interesting. Probably intended to do this one. Oh, okay. Nice. I guess this is chapter 2, I think. I would guess. If that is so, then this is the end of this episode. If it isn't, then we got some more exploring to do. I'm really not sure. So,
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turnoff for Sanford and the welcome break services. But although I can always see it in my rearview mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
I'm good. Let me just see something. Exit the main menu. Yes. 5. Yeah, so this was the first chapter, and the next chapter will be, I don't know, tomorrow and 2 days, I don't know, not sure. So, hope you enjoyed this, and see you guys later.